We have a special elongated version of Extra Time today. The questions have been rolling in. They fill this whole paper.
Oh, beautiful.
That's not always the case, I can tell you that. Andre Morata.
What?
Controversy.
Can't say that.
Stuart Robson. Well, they're not always the full page, but they are today. Stevie Nichols, please.
Bit interesting, that.
That doesn't make the questions any better.
We got you. Well, I'm not saying anything about quality. I'm saying quantity.
Oh, okay.
There's a phrase in there somewhere. We better get going, haven't we? We'll be here all night. Thomas says, did Chelsea and Manchester United each end up with the other's desired target in terms of strikers? Seems like they were going...
No, I don't think so. I think Morata's the right one for Chelsea. I think Kante wanted
But they were
Morata.
looking the other way first, weren't they?
I'm not sure.
You don't think so?
I think Morata's the sort of player that Kante would want, and Lukaku is the sort of player that Jose Mourinho would want.
That's exactly what the question.
So they went with each other's targets in the end?
Yeah, they went with each other. No, they went with their own target.
Are you confused?
No, they went with their own target. They got their own target.
Let's get some clarity from Julian Laurent. Did Chelsea and Manchester United end up with the opposite strikers to the one they first started out?
That's not a question.
Yes, it is.
Well, Jose wanted Griezmann first. This didn't happen. The second choice was definitely Morata. They just couldn't agree a deal with Real Madrid to sign Morata. And then they signed Lukaku. When Chelsea clearly wanted Lukaku, took too long. Manchester United came in, and now they've signed Morata. So I think they probably were all on the short list at some point anyway, so it's the same.
So really, we should just have said yes and moved on.
No, the answer was no. My answer was no.
I'm still confused.
Let it go. Let it go, Stewie.
Well,
Let it
as
go.
part of this, a follow-up question, have relations between Real Madrid and Manchester United deteriorated to a new low?
Hold on a second. If somebody on either side is to offer silly money for any of either side's players, I think that relationship might very quickly be okay.
United,
at the door.
United apparently made exactly the same offer for Morata to Real Madrid. They were brushed aside. Chelsea make the same offer and they get him.
Well, they just don't like Jose Mourinho, do
Well,
they?
that's
a bit like Stevie
the
Nicol.
point of the question. And has that relationship deteriorated?
Well, it's also later in the transfer window. It's also now we're getting into an area where perhaps, okay, hold on a second, we were holding out. Maybe we're running out of time if we want to get something for this player. Maybe we can negotiate and find a middle ground, and I think that's what they have done.
Julian, anything to this, given the recent, David De Gea situations? You can throw Ronaldo into that mix if you want as well.
Yeah, and I think, they're the two most powerful clubs in the world, clearly the two richest clubs in the world as well. And, why would they get on? Why would they not get on as well? I think it's tricky. It depends a lot, like Ali just said, on the timing of the offers, the kind of offers. I think the relationship with Jose Mourinho and Real Madrid is obviously an issue, has been since he left the club. So, I can see maybe why they were more willing to do business with Chelsea, let's say, than with Mourinho and United.
Right, let's move on to Chelsea. How far can they go next year? Morata, Hazard, Pedro, Bakayoke, Kante. Can they win the Champions League next season with that sort of lineup?
It all depends how long Hazard is out for, because he's a key player. He's going to do most of the creativity with his running with the ball. I think they're going to be a good side. I'm not sure they're going to win the Premier League next year. But
what about Champions League? Let's take the question.
Champions League. I still don't think they'll win the Champions League. No.
Stevie?
Short answer, no.
I don't think they'll win the Champions League, but if they go any distance in the Champions League, it'll depend how he figures out who plays in the Premier League, leading up to Champions League.
Juggling his resources.
I mean, you look at the starting 11, it's strong, but after the starting 11, is it really that good?
All right.
I'm not so sure.
To be continued, to be seen. Julian, more likely transfer to happen, Mendy to Manchester City or Lamar to Arsenal?
Wow, that's a tough one. Neither, I would say, because they want to keep Kylian Mbappe happy, which is the big thing at Monaco at the moment. Is if you keep his two best friends in Lamar and Mendy, then he will very, very likely stay. If you sell them both, then he might think, hang on a minute, I'm the only one left in this golden generation that did so well last season. Why would I stay as well? I think they will try to keep them. If I had to say something, I would say Mendy to City is probably more likely than Lamar to Arsenal.
I get what Julian's saying, and you kind of get what Monaco are doing. But if I'm Mendy or Lamar, I'm actually saying, well, hold on a second. How come Silva can go? How come Bakayoke can go? Fabinho might be going. How come we've got to stay? That's what I would be thinking, right?
That's all right. You'll be okay.
Well,
Steve.
they're,
You'll be okay, Steve.
they're getting their money doubled.
You'll
They're
be
getting
okay.
a nice little cushion in the bank.
They might be
We've
getting a
got
lot
to stay
more at
here.
Monaco. They might get an extra big contract.
Why wouldn't the rest of them stay there then?
Perhaps they didn't want those as much as they want these ones. Lamar and Mendy.
Honestly.
What's that got to do with what I've said? It's nothing to do with what I just said.
We
by the
move
way.
on. We must move on because the really crucial question is the last one. And it seems to be addressed just to Ali as well for some reason. Who does Ali prefer more as the host of the show? Sebastian or Dan?
Yes.
Sebastian or Dan are the only two options you have. So
you just get pushed to the side?
I didn't ask the question.
Okay, this is the easiest question that they have put forward in extra time, or any time for that matter. It is 100% Dan Thomas, because he knows his job. He asks questions, we answer. He knows his role. Sebastian Salazar thinks he has an opinion.
Oh, controversial.
We got to draw the line somewhere. We got to draw the line somewhere. The producers want, so I will.
That is a sizzling hot take. I don't know if you can add to that, you guys. But
I don't like Dan, so I think Sebastian. I prefer him. I just don't like Dan.
You don't like
No,
that?
I just don't like him. Not about his presenting skill. I just don't
Tell you
like him.
what. Forget Mayweather.
yeah.
Forget him.
Pacquiao.
What's the other guy
Pacquiao.
called? What's his name again?
Pacquiao.
McGregor.
McGregor. Sorry.
I'm
Forget him.
living in the past.
How about Salazar and Moreno?
Oh, that's
There's only one winner. Only one winner.
Would sell the auditorium out, didn't they?
That's,
least
by the way,
150
that's two
people.
different weight classes right there.
Boxing or wrestling? Or a bit of both?
Ooh, tell you what.
No, look. I was asked a question.
Yeah.
I answered the question. See, you asked me and I answered. Sebastian fails at doing it.
Okay, there you have it. There you have it. Dan will be hosting tomorrow, by the way. He'll be hosting from a very different venue, from Disney's Wide World of Sports, a full 1 hour edition, putting Mr. Thomas through his paces there in the Florida heat. From the Spurs training camp. And
Say
now I
something
have
else.
things to say.
Are you done?
That's something else.
6 o'clock Eastern.
Go on, keep going.
Streaming live.
And Simon.